day. Is it not wonderful outside? All right. Anybody see my old pickup truck out there? I'm driving it again. I'm excited to have that back. So, all right. Well, welcome to the 104-year-old Rotary Club of Fayetteville. And let's say the four-way test of what we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Ray Boudreaux, our song.
Today, our patriotic song is God Bless America. Everybody knows it. God bless America. La, 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 la. Stand beside her, guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You're my sunshine, Ray. Have a seat, everybody.
I would never pick this song, but Otto picked it last week, and I didn't know it. And then he couldn't come, and I changed the songs, so I thought we would do it this week. And everybody knows You Are My Sunshine. If you've ever been to a campfire, right? Right, we're only gonna sing one verse.
Okay.
You. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. And when I woke, dear, I was mistaken. So I held my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Nice job, Rotary.
All right. Just a note for the guys in the back. I think somebody's in Zoom wanting to be admitted. All right. Harrison, Sergeant at Arms. There you go.
Oh, no, there's jokes. And I'm going to tell you what, when I copied and pasted these, I winced. They are bad. They are, whew, they're bad. All right. My notes tell me we don't have any members with guests. I want to double check that first. All right. Visiting Rotarians, the illustrious Wade Caldwell. There he is hiding in the back. Can't think of Wade without thinking of Delgado the cat, the great performance of all time. All right. Now, I'm not kidding. You guys got to bear with me. These jokes are terrible. And we're going to have to write a note to the Fresno County Farm Bureau out in California and tell them, come on now. Because I just copy and paste it. It's what they send in my email. And Ryan Jacobson is the CEO of that out there. And he's a Rotarian in Fresno. So I'm certain they get inflicted with these two. We share that, their brotherhood, sisterhood of Rotary. All right, buckle up because these are terrible. Why did the cow win an award at the fair? She was legendary. Oh, I know. Buckle up. It just, what ride do chickens refuse to go on? These are all fair, like county fair oriented. the egg scrambler. Yeah, that's right. Why don't pigs do stand up at the fair? They always hog the mic. Yeah, bear with me one more. We're 75% of the way through. It's like a bad medical appointment. We're almost done. We're getting there. Hey, there we go. I probably should end on that note, but I'm not going to. Why was the corn late to the fair? It had to pop in and say hi first. Hmm. All right. And then the obligatory chat GPT question. Why is Harrison so much better in every way imaginable than Chuck? And I started thinking I probably should quit putting his first and last name in chat GPT because it remembers everything. So I went over to Chuck. It says, oh, possible reasons someone might think Harrison is better, smarter. Maybe he's quicker with solutions or more knowledgeable. I think the computer knows, Chuck. Funnier, could have that razor sharp wit Chuck just can't match. More stylish, we know that. Dresses like he's always walking into a movie scene. Reliable, always shows up, always delivers. And cool under pressure, never cracks, even when things go sideways. These are all the ways ChatGPT knew. Yeah, more hair. More hair. That's it. All right. I'm going to, I forget what district I got this invocation from, but one of our fellow Rotary districts here in the United States. Please join me in your tradition as I read off this invocation. I give thanks for the opportunity to be a Rotarian. Rotarians dig wells from which we will never drink. We vaccinate children we will never meet. We restore eyesight for those who will never see. We build housing we will never live in. We educate children we will never know. We plant trees we will never sit under. We feed hungry people regardless of race or politics. We know real happiness, which was once said, can only be found by helping others. For this opportunity, we give thanks. Amen. All right, that's from Redondo Beach Rotary Club. All right.
Good job. And thank you, Tim Holland, a few months ago for teaching Harrison that ChatGPT will tell you what you want to hear.
Meaningful presentation.
It is. I've become a power user since then. And Wade Caldwell, I'm glad you're here. Any problems with black bears in your cabin neck of the woods?
No bears. We saw a moose cat and but no moose. But we saw plenty of toads and plenty of chipmunks.
Toads, chipmunks, scat. Scat? I know what you mean. We know what you mean. Become a Paul Harris Fellow. $50 a month for less than 2 years, $28 a month for 3 years. Jimmy's not here today, but she has earned a Paul Harris button. I'll make that presentation when she's here soon. And I'll reach out to the other people that are involved with that. So we've got some awards coming up for this. I'm excited about that. Butt Cups for October, Peace at Home Family Shelter. You can give through the Rotary using that QR code. You can get your phone out and take a picture of that and get the website on your phone, or you can find your email from me and give generously. Or, well, we'll move on. If you find Rotarians in action, let's send those photos in. Tim and Harrison and I will make sure that those make the social media. Announcements. Member recognition in the community. Wade. No. No. Mark was my my real estate professor. I hate to hear that. Well, thoughts and prayers for his family. Anything else? Harris?
Make sure that next week we don't meet here. We meet at the Pauline Whitaker Animal Science Building.
Thank you for that reminder, Harrison. Pauline Animal Science. So that'll be in your newsletter, it'll be in your Thursday morning reminder. What's it called? The Pauline Whitaker Animal Science Center?
Yeah, it's what sometimes they call it the Equine Center. It's out at Agri Park. For those that came to the DTOS, It's across the grass from that building, but it's the place with the horses when you drive past it.
It has the arena in the middle part, right? Okay, I'm familiar with it.
Walk right in and it'll be easy to find where to be.
Okay, so we're not here next week. Committee initiatives or update, I don't know of anything, although, no, this is a good place to do this. Tim, are you in the room? What might you say about this that's going on? Or who's best to speak about this?
I'm not trying to talk all the time. but-
Yes, you do.
So, so this will be November the 13th, 6 o'clock. As you guys remember, we recently amended our bylaws and we added into the bylaws, we authorized additional meat. And so this is one that will be, it'll be twice a month. The initial meetings for this is gonna be at Collier and Associates, Christine's, place. Emily Stone, if you don't mind raising your hand, as a fairly new Rotarian, she has agreed to be chair of, it's a committee. But all Rotarians are welcome to join it. It's called the Satellite Committee. There's another effort that runs parallel to this, and there will be an additional meeting that will occur at Butterfield Trail. And there'll be more information on that later, soon later. But that's what that's about. If you have questions, find Emily. You can also find me. I'm glad to give you Emily's information.
Thank you, Emily.
Larry,
That meeting will be October 17th. That's a Friday at 4 o'clock at the Butterfield Trail Dining.
I think it's November the seventh.
No,
Ours is the one at Collier is gonna be November 13th from 6 to 7 at the Collier and Associates Building. On North Crossover Road, and then the one at Butterfield, the first one will be in.
October 17th. That's next Friday.
And we'll
And these are,
email.
and these are formation meetings. This is getting together for people that are interested in the development. Like imagine what these are to be, and that kind of thing.
but just as a teaser, Larry, will you share with the group about how many people you think are interested at Butterfield Trails?
People live there, and there are a lot of even current Rotarians and former Rotarians live there. And so we're pretty optimistic that we'll have a pretty good crowd, give us 3 or 4 days to build it. And these people are all members of this club. This is just an alternative meeting place for this club.
And they don't attend meetings now, is that the question? That's the answer.
Well, some do. There are some people out here who remember this club who do not attend meetings. That's correct.
Okay.
So it's a convenience for them.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean it's just gonna all be old people. There'll be young people going to that group as well, because old people are fun people.
You have to live at Butterfield to attend that meeting.
Not have to live there to go there. Okay. All right. What's that?
Cocktails and evening meetings.
Well, I don't
I
know.
believe so, and each meeting will be able to decide what they wanna do, but yes, I think cocktails will be included. Strongly suggested.
Roger. Yes. Oh, it's in addition to this meeting. Okay, perfect attendance is next week. So Cheryl Spihar will be delivering that. I'll help her do that. So if you think you have perfect attendance, well, of course you're going to be here if you have perfect attendance. That's redundant. All right. Oh, that's the end of my bit. And I'd like to invite Kelly Gimmel to the microphone to introduce our speaker today.
And I'm going to apologize now so I don't get shamed next week. I will not be here, but I do have perfect attendance. And I think it's like 17 years. So don't be mad at me when I'm not here next week. I have the pleasure today of having 2 guests who are with the Washington Regional Foundation. Jacqueline Keeter is the Director of Development Administration for Washington Regional Medical Foundation, where she helps advance philanthropy and strengthen community partnerships. With 20 years of experience in the nonprofit field, she is passionate about supporting mission-driven organizations and creating meaningful connections that make a difference. Jacqueline holds a master's degree in family and consumer sciences from the University of Central Arkansas. And outside of work, she enjoys her life with her 3 children, ages 13 to 25, and can often be found at her sewing machine working on a beautiful quilt. And then she has brought with her today Megan Music. And Megan is the program coordinator. Her title changed recently, so I'm struggling with remembering that. Program coordinator, and holds a program coordinator for the foundation, I apologize, with Senior Support in Action, which is what the Buck Cups went to last month, if all of you remember. She holds a degree in social work and has spent the past 5 years with Senior Support in Action, where she is dedicated to improving the quality of life and dignity of isolated seniors in the community. A lifelong learner with a love for reading and the outdoors, she finds her greatest joy in parenting alongside her husband and their almost 3-year-old daughter. Please help me welcome the 2 of them. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I love that y'all sing. It's my favorite and it freaks Megan out. So that is even more fun. Okay, we're gonna see. They said it would be just as easy as plugging it in. Yay, there we go. All right. Well, Kelly actually asked us back in March or April, somewhere in there, to come and visit. And so there's 3 things I want to visit with you today that are going on or have recently gone on at the foundation. The first is our simulation center. The second is the cancer support home. And the third is senior support in action, which is what Megan works with the most. So simulation center. Has anybody heard about the new simulation center at Washington Regional? 1. Yay. If I had a prize, it would go to you. Yes. So simulation. So okay, so let me ask you a different question. How many of you or your loved ones have ended up at the ER ever? Okay. How many of you would like to be the first patient to experience something in the ER for a team of medical professionals and they got to figure it out on you? That's right. We don't want any guinea pigs. So in 2017, Washington Regional took an opportunity to expand graduate medical education. And with that opportunity to bring more doctors, because we are needing more doctors all the time to our region, one of the things that was a requirement in order to do that was to create a simulation center. And through a variety of changes and projects, this became a project of the foundation. And I'm pleased to say our community stepped up and, through the help of a couple grants as well, raised $3.1 million for this project. And so a simulation center, I used to think, I don't think that way anymore, that simulators were like when you get your CPR certification and you're doing a little practice certification on that. These simulators don't look anything like that. These can mimic a real person's experience. And so we have 3 simulation suites, and they are identical to what you would see in the hospital in all different respects. So the picture on your left is what a trauma ER bay looks like at the hospital. The picture on your right is what a hospital room on the medical surgical floor would look like. If you've ever visited a patient, there's going to be some things that feel similar to that. This is what an OR suite looks like. So you can see, if you notice subtle differences, the flooring is one way in the OR suite, identical to a traditional. The med surg room is a wood grain floor. The ER floor is different. So these rooms were all designed to mirror identically, from the gases and the fluids, the experience that a medical team would have in each of these spaces. Why is it important? Well, we don't want to be the guinea pigs, right? So there are times when we need whole teams to have great education and experience on something that is very intricate. We have Miss Cook, who used to be a surgical tech, right? So these teams, doctors, nurses, therapists, they need a practice environment for new techniques that they can explore in a full simulated environment. So these mannequins, I think I have, let me flip. This is Scott. Scott has AI. He's a fan of ChatGPT. So this was at an open house we had not too long ago. Kelly experienced Scott, but Scott functions on AI. So that day we walked up to Scott and we said, Scott, why are you here today? And he said, I'm nauseated. I've got chills. And so we asked him a few more questions and then we went on talking and then we're like, well, Scott, how are you doing now? And he goes, man, I am sweating. And all of a sudden sweat started coming out of his forehead. Okay, so these simulators can mimic real life behavior, and that is really important. It does require, this is Rachel on the left, it does require a person to run these simulators. So if they're in the middle of a surgery and someone throws a code, those medical professionals have to be able to respond appropriately with appropriate training. Now, I'm a fundraiser, so this is as close to medical as I'm going to get, but we're just super, super proud to be able to have this environment. It's about 6,600 square feet inside what we call our Center for Support Services. If you're familiar with Washington Regional's campus, there's the old farmhouse that sits behind the hospital. It's the big office building right behind that. So right in the middle of that is about 6,600 square feet of education space designed for this effort. Super grateful for the donors who have the visionary thought to pour into education for our medical professionals. We are super, super grateful for them. Also, we have the Cancer Support Home. What time do I need to stop?
You'll see me creeping up.
Okay, 1 o'clock. Well, we're about to be into two things that I could live and breathe and talk to you about the rest of the day. How many of you are familiar with our Cancer Support Home? Oh, a few more, but not very many. So the Cancer Support Home is 30 years old this year. For the first 26 years, we lived behind UAMS Northwest, or as we lovingly refer to, the old hospital, off of Woolsey Avenue in an old white house. But that old white house was never designed to be a bed and breakfast for the sick. And so we were very, very fortunate to have donors come alongside of us and help us build a building that helped meet the need in our community. So there's several programs that we do, but we now, instead of being this direction in town, we are less than a mile's distance from the front door of the hospital. So this is the medical center. And we're just kind of, I call it, we're behind the Emerald City. So when you come off the interstate, there's a bunch of green roofed buildings and a medical plaza over there. We're behind there at the end of Longview Street. So we are grateful to be closer to access. So there's some things we do. We have a boutique that has products for people who are going to experience hair loss on their cancer journey. We also have supplies for women who are going to undergo either a mastectomy or a lumpectomy. There's things that they need for support both before surgery and after surgery in both of those instances. And so they can come to the boutique. And some people come into that space and they know exactly what they want and they're very confident in the direction they're going to go. But this is a space that is not predictable. So there are times when people show up at our door. It happened a couple weeks ago to me, and a woman walks in the door and she goes, I just found out I'm going to have surgery in 2 weeks, and my doctor just told me to come here. I don't know why I'm here. And so we're able to take that individual and take them into the boutique and provide them with some things that they don't even know they're going to need as they begin to walk on their cancer journey. It's a very, very special place. Everything that we do in the Cancer Support Home work and the Senior Support and Action work is done at no cost to anyone that we serve. It is also done whether or not you are a Washington Regional patient. You can be a patient anywhere and receive services for both programs. The building is largely dedicated, about 75% of our square footage is dedicated to our overnight lodging program. And so we have 8 guest rooms, both with twin size beds, recliners, private bathrooms, things we didn't have at the other home. But it is designed for anyone who's driving an hour or more into Northwest Arkansas for treatment. If you are unfamiliar with our cancer services in Northwest Arkansas, we are very rich in that people can come here and get treatment for things that they might not be able to get other places. We have had people stay with us from Florida and Tennessee and Texas. It is not uncommon because we are a destination for care. So this is what some of the services that came with our new home. In our old home, 2 rooms had to share a bathroom. And when you are a sick individual, the last thing you want to do is to share a bathroom with somebody. So we were very, very grateful to be able to add that. We have kitchenettes on each floor. We also didn't have guest laundry. So if you stayed with us for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, you had to figure out how to do your laundry. And so we were grateful to be able to add that into our services. These are just some more pictures. We have a kitchen that the caregivers can come in and cook. A question I get often is, do you provide meals? Like, people are familiar with Ronald McDonald houses and things like that. And we don't. And it's very intentional why we do not. So things that are affected for somebody on a cancer journey, their taste and their smells are always going to be affected by their cancer treatment. It's just a given. And some people have extreme responses to that, and some people have mild. So we don't provide group meals, but we do have, in that middle picture is our pantry. And so I am a numbers girl. I'm a data girl. I love policy. I'm a weird. That is where I love to live. But when we built this home, if I underestimated one part about this home, it was the pantry. That is a space that I did not understand was needed because we didn't have it. But there are some of our guests who come and stay with us for 4 to 12 weeks is kind of the range for our long-term guests. And this is their sole source of food during that time. I don't know what people were eating before. It makes my heart hurt to think about that. So we are grateful to have partners who help support our pantry. Budgetarily wise, it's probably a $20,000 endeavor every year to feed people. We're grateful to be able to offer things that we can get through the hospital, but then there's things that we just want that are comfortable to us when we're sick that we want to be able to offer. These 2 groups of people are both people who were long-term guests with us. This couple traveled from the River Valley. That couple was from more like the Harrison area. Those are both very, very common places that people come and stay with us. Other services we are the only breast cancer registered nurse navigator in the community. This is Misty. So if someone is diagnosed with breast cancer, we started this program about 25 years ago through the support of Komen. That has went away, but the need for this navigation position has continued, and so we have put resources there to continue it. But really, her job is the last bullet. She is a trusted and knowledgeable friend when somebody is walking a journey. How many of you have walked out of a doctor's office and you had like the Charlie Brown experience of wah, 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 wah? Yeah, you heard 2 words and then you heard nothing else, right? That's a very common experience, especially when you're diagnosed with cancer. And so Misty can walk alongside and speak the medical terms that people need to hear in the everyday terms in what you're going to experience. She can access or help people access financial resources, often refers people to the boutique, but her job is a trusted and knowledgeable friend. There are only 9 individuals in Arkansas who hold the credentialing that she does, and I know 2 of them are no longer in our industry, so it's a very special gift. She also once a week gets to work with all breast cancer providers who function through Highlands and Washington Regional come together and they discuss patients and cases and make sure everyone is on the same page. So she gets a front row experience to know what's going on. In recent years, our world has shifted a bit from someone who is looking for a support group environment, a traditional come and let's sit and we're going to talk about things that are hard and heavy, to, hey, I want to spend time with people who have a like journey as I do, and we may talk about our journeys, but mostly I just want to be with people who understand what I'm walking with at this particular moment. And so this shift has born this new activity that we do every Wednesday from 2 to 4. We have connection activities. We do a variety of things at each of those activities. But every Wednesday, people have a place they can go and know that they're going to spend time with people who are walking a road like they are. It's for caregivers, it's for cancer patients. We have little biddies that join in when we have a mama with a young 1-year-old. I got to hang out with him not too long ago. It was super fun. Best part of my work week was hanging with him. But they do a lot of activities. And we have partners in the community. I'm sure you're familiar with like Hope Cancer Resources. And there's places that are doing traditional support groups. So we work in this world and they work in that world, and we refer to each other often. So ways to help the cancer support home. One is you now have a lot of information you didn't have before today if you didn't know about the cancer support home. So please make sure if someone is diagnosed with cancer in your life, you say, hey, just be sure you know there are places in our community that can help you and support you. We have volunteer opportunities if people are looking for a place to come hang out for a couple hours during the week. We would love to have you hosting a pantry drive. Like I said, that was the one thing that just has blown my mind. And then, of course, we operate entirely off gifts and grants. And so we are always eager and willing to visit with you about those kinds of opportunities. Before I talk about senior support in action, because I'm going to pause, my teacher self can go really fast and I really love it. Are there any questions about the cancer support home? Quiet group. My jokes are even less funny. Yes.
Chance to go out into the community, like with family or Hope Cancer Support. I know they have transportation. Is that something that they do?
When you say go out into the community, say more.
And they want to do like a movie or things like that.
I don't know that there is a service provided that will take people out into the community to do more fun or enjoyable activities. We do partner with Hope. They provide all the transportation. So if you're unfamiliar with them, they can provide transportation up to, I think it's 60 to 75 miles away from Northwest Arkansas, get them into the region for treatment and back home. So oftentimes someone will stay with us and they come pick them up and take them to treatment and bring them back to us. And then they will take them home at the end of their treatment time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Yes.
Then families obviously want to take place.
Yes. And so that's one of the other things our new home has allowed for us. We've had anniversary parties and birthday parties, things that people can just come and experience life with their loved one while they're walking through their cancer journey. I used to say it was rare. It's not as often that someone will come and need to stay like the entire 4 weeks with us and not go home. Most people stay Monday through Friday, go home on the weekends and come back. But we've actually had an uptick in the number of people who just don't have the financial resources to go back and forth. And so their family and loved ones will come over and see them on the weekends. Mm-hmm. Good question. Anything else? Okay, well, you can come back to a question if you have questions. All right, how many of you know about Senior Support in Action? You got a rock star in the room for our program, by the way. Yeah, so other titles that may be more familiar, it used to be called Faith in Action. I've been to this club to talk about Faith in Action years ago before COVID. And it's a program that's been around 29 years in our community, so not a new program. But when we got a new name, we shifted our mission just a bit. And really our goal is to connect socially isolated seniors to their community who live in Benton and Washington County through volunteer support. So what does that look like? They need to be 60 years old or over. They're no longer driving. So we lose access to our community when we can no longer drive. When the keys get taken away, how do we enjoy the community that we have and stay connected? Someone's home environment has to be volunteer friendly. Megan has the distinct pleasure of going out and making sure that homes are a place that would be a condition we would send someone we love into them. They have to have a gap or lack a support system. So where if they have family, we were just talking about a client who doesn't have any family, or family that will show up, which that's a whole different conversation in general. But if they don't have that support system, we can step in and help do neighborly things for them. If they have a support system, oftentimes their family are still working full time and their jobs may not be flexible enough to take off in the middle of the day and go do things that need to be done that are only available Monday through Friday. So we can step in that way. We don't step in when a service can be met or could be met through another agency. So we looking for unique things that need to be filled. And of course, it's the chicken and egg scenario. We always have more need than we have volunteers. So we have to have volunteer capacity in order to bring someone on as a program client. These are things we do. So these don't sound anything like medical things, right? Friendly visits and outings. This is the program that does that. And we are so grateful to get to do that. Telephone visits, reading mail, help paying bills, sharing a meal, transportation to appointments. Although I'll say transportation used to be our number one service. That has changed since COVID. We're grateful to have a grant through the Schmeeding Foundation to be able to provide medically necessary transport. We can do that some with volunteers. Tour assistance, minor home repairs, think changing a light bulb, changing an air filter. A lot of our seniors have lost the ability to or shouldn't get up on ladders and do things that require a little bit more independence in yard work. So everyday neighborly services. That is what we are focused on doing. We have some amazing clients. We're really fortunate to be one of 12 grantees through the Walmart Foundation over the last few years to be able to bring our clients into the community to enjoy Northwest Arkansas. I don't think we often take enough time to assess because we can get in our car and we can go do all the fun things we want to do. Sometimes there's no cost to do those. It's just the time to get there. But our clients can't do that. And so we were really, really grateful. We found it became hard to spend money. Have any of you ever had a hard time spending money going out? Yeah. So our very first activity, we went to go see the Arkansas Winds Community Concert Band. And we took them to snacks before at McDonald's, which they went to town and had treats. And I was like, wow, I underestimated what a snack at McDonald's looked like. We spent $64 to take 27 people to a concert that day. And it was mostly French fries and Cokes. Yeah, we all had fries and Cokes. But it was the concerts at no cost. We could do that. Our clients loved it. We asked somebody had a bucket list item of going to Shogun because they had always heard about the cooking experience to get to watch somebody. I'm like, how many of you have bucket list of Shogun on your no, right? We take for granted all of those little things. Going to the movies. We took them to the movies. Our client we were just talking about had never used an automatic hand dryer ever. Didn't know that the movie theaters now had recliners at all. We had people who were surprised. Maybe they'd been to the movies, but getting a Coke and popcorn, that wasn't a thing ever. So we take for granted, I think, a lot the things that we have available to us when we have keys to a car. And we have some resources. These were special moments over the last 2 years that we were able to take our clients and do some really special things. And we're grateful for that grant and the things that we learned through it. We learned a lot about quality time, not just quantity time. But we are grateful for that. And all of these pictures are from there. We got to take them to Crystal Bridges. We had a fishing derby for seniors at Lake Bentonville. We've done cake decorating at Rick's, just a lot of fun things. We also have a pantry program. I'm going to tell you, Kelly is going to regret that this is Kelly and Steve up in that top corner if you don't know. So we have some special things. Yes, all photographs are free game for getting used again. But so we have a food pantry and basic needs that come through there. A lot of our clients, it's not a requirement to be low income, but a lot of our clients are. And so once a month, we have a volunteer who will call our clients on the pantry program and ask what are the things they need for the month, and we deliver those items once a month. We also do holiday baskets. We have a program called Making Christmas Bright where they get to submit something they would like to have. So a lot of times it's things like warm socks or a new blanket. I mean, it's nothing super major or crazy. If there's a holiday, we look for a reason to celebrate it. One of the things that we have experienced over the last 2 years is just getting our clients out to look at the fall foliage is a thing. They don't get to see much beyond what's at their front door. And so we've gone out to Hobbs State Park. We went down to Lake Fort Smith. This year we're going to go to the Nature Center in Springdale and enjoy that. And it's a good time. It's a good time. So, and then we have group projects. So if you're part of a group, aka Rotary, or any other group that likes to just get out and get your hands busy, I liked the picture, not the posed, I'm doing something good, but the actual picture of in action doing something good as a Rotarian. If you need those shots, we can help you figure that out. Again, we need volunteers. This program, unlike the Cancer Support Home, is not set to a Monday through Friday schedule. It's a when you have time schedule. So maybe your time is just that you could go deliver some pantry items that have been put together. We have a need for that. Maybe you have kids or grandkids and you love playing games. We have clients who love to play games. I mean, there's all kinds of things to do, not just the Monday through Friday things. So, any questions about senior support and action? They're all for Kelly. Yes.
2 questions. Number
Yes.
1, how do you acquire your clients
Uh-huh.
and how many clients do you serve?
You bet. So we acquire our clients by word of mouth. That is really how we do. We have 49 clients on the roll right now. Our goal is never to serve hundreds of people. That would not be quality services for us. So we're looking to spend, for those 49 people, we have a goal, sorry, I'm a numbers girl, of serving about 1,512 services for the year for those 49 people. So we're looking to make an intentional impact in their life. Good question. Did I answer both of them? Okay, good. The two-parters always get me. Yes.
When you think about volunteering your time, I mean, how do you make those determinations? Someone comes in, they have a consultation, they would maybe like to be a volunteer, and you say, okay, here's lots of activities that need to be filled, and then you kind of fill in when you have time and the things can get away. How does that work?
I love this question. It's Megan loves it more. So yes, so we're part of Washington Regional. So to be a part of our volunteer program, there are requirements through Washington Regional that have to be met. But at that point, if you know you want to do these 3 things, all you have to do is watch your email, because Megan sends out regular communication, Sandra in Benton County, these are our upcoming needs. And sometimes it's like Beth needs to go to the grocery store anytime this week, and we'll know that ahead of time. And so you can just simply click on it and say, yep, that looks like something I can do. And then you coordinate that. It's very, very simple. When we have something like our fall activity that we'll have next Tuesday, that's an invitation that goes out. And then if you're available, you can say, hey, I'd like to come. So yeah, good question. Yes.
Yeah, you said you exist primarily by the benefit of grant.
Yes.
Are those corporate grants or are they more government grants?
No government grants. And in our world of nonprofits, those are evaporating by the day. But we do have a few small private foundation like grants that we can apply for this program. Cancer Support Homes grants look different, but this is really the generosity of individuals. We have a few small grants that we can apply to. Oh, I thought I saw a hand. Okay. Any other questions? I know, I see the clock. I told you I could fill up the time. We could stay all day. Okay. Well, I do want to thank you for your time. It's not often that we get to be asked to come and share what's going on at the foundation, but there's important work happening just right up the road at Washington Regional that makes a difference in lives every day. I've been blessed in my time. I've been there nearly 15 years to work with Senior Support and Action the entirety of that time, and then Cancer Support Home, and then the administration for the foundation. And so I just want to thank you for what you do for our community, because it's the heart that you serve with that makes a difference in our world. And I know that. So thank you for having us today.
Just a second, I'm gonna give you
Oh,
a little something.
okay. I won't walk off. I'll just set this down.
Thank you so much. It's a meaningful and worthy cause. And appreciate you coming and giving your presentation today. And as a token of our appreciation, I have a rampaging Razorback on a rotary wheel, or
Okay.
hog on a cog. This is for your desk. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Woo pig.
All right. Is there anything else we need to cover while we're together? Any questions? All right. Thank you for being here. We're adjourned.
All right, thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks, Cheryl, for doing all that perfect attendance work. And we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.